Hello. I wanted to do a quick review of the um, movie Return of the Living Dead Part 3, which I just rewatched for the first time in, well, quite a long time. I've always sort of liked this movie, at least I can remember really liking it, and there's always been something sort of unique about it. It's directed by Brian Yuzna. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce the last name, but he did movies like The Dentist. I think The Dentist Part 1 and Part 2. He did Society, and he did another movie about some demon and a few other things. But he's particularly known for his kind of unique special effects and the set design that his movies have that kind of have a very distinct look to them, and that definitely goes for this film as well. Basically, this is a sequel. Well, technically it's a sequel, being that it's Return of the Living Dead Part 3 to Return of the Living Dead and Return of the Living Dead Part 2. But it's it doesn't really have any narratively speaking, it doesn't really have any connection with the first two films. Um, and it actually takes a very different approach, I think, to the series. Whereas the first two relied on a lot of mixture of comedy with the horror, this pretty much takes up it eliminates that aspect of the comedy, and it pretty much just plays out as a straight horror film. Similarly, in the first two movies, which were very similar, both narratively and well, structurally as well. Even the characters, some of the characters were reoccurring, and a lot of the same actors were just playing different characters. So there was a huge connection there. But anyway, in the first two movies, you had hordes of zombies, and basically in this movie they removed the presence of huge numbers of zombies and pretty much just focused it on a select few zombies, and it really attempted to bring out um, a very unique zombie-esque feel to the zombies that it did present, rather than just having random huge hordes of zombies just roaming around. Uh, in terms of a narrative, basically it's like a Romeo and Juliet zombie movie kind of. The girl here, who I forget her name in the actual movie, but anyway, her boyfriend, um, she and her boyfriend are riding a motorcycle, and then she ends up dying, and then he wants to bring her back, so he goes to this facility that his father works at. He works for the army, and he basically brings her back, and then they escape, and they're trying to get away from the authorities who are trying to capture them, because of course they know that if she attacks other people or bites them, then they're going to turn into zombies, and there's going to be a huge outbreak. So they're trying to escape, and then all the while she's dealing with this issue of dying, obviously, and this issue of having all of this hunger for human flesh, and so they have to deal with that. And then you can see here that she continues to inflict pain on herself, which diminishes the amount that she wants to actually eat humans. Now, the thing that I love about this movie, and this goes for pretty much all the Brian Yuzna movies as well, is that the special effects they're authentic and they're very unique looking. Like they look very surrealistic. The way that bodies kind of transform, it's kind of like a body horror type of a thing. Not quite the same as Cronenberg. It has it, but I guess kind of similar, and it has a very prosthetic feel to it, like a kind of like a cheesy look to the special effects. But I sort of find that endearing, I think. Like you have some zombies that one zombie is like a mixture of a different human or like a different body, and then it's like all deformed and weird looking, and it just looks really neat. There's another zombie where its like spine is sticking out of its back, and its head is kind of like up in the air. They had a scene like that in Dead Alive as well, but uh, it just looks very unique in this movie. And that's what I always really remembered about it, is just kind of the unique sets and the unique use of special effects and the focus on select few zombies to make the zombies look really cool as opposed to just like painting their faces or something like that. Definitely takes a different approach to the zombie genre, particularly with the implementation of the romantic connection between the two leads. But I don't know. I tend to like the movie quite a bit. Um, I would probably give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I don't know for sure. It might be my least favorite of the first three. I really like the second one as well, but I definitely suggest checking this one out if you haven't. And you don't need to watch the first two to watch this. That's what's kind of neat about it too. There's no connecting storylines there, so you can just start up with this and then be good to go. So definitely check it out if you haven't.